ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनस्य भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेशतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, canto 10, chapter 56, verse number 37. So we read how Satyajit event, he was killed. Then there was criticism against Krishna. Then he went and he traced the whole route of the gem, how it traveled from Satyajit to Prasen to the lion to the bear. So just Jivan Das has sent one link of one talk given by somebody, and he was saying that all these bears, monkeys, especially in Rāsa-līlā, they were all human beings, they only dressed like that. So, never heard that explanation before, but when you see this, it makes sense because their children are not monkeys. Jamban's daughter is not a bear. So there is some kind of human beings living in the forest, dressing like monkeys, so that monkeys don't trouble them. It's also protection. So then Krishna, he had a fight with Jamban for 28 days. It was a good fight. Finally Jamban gave up and realized that I cannot defeat him because he is Ram. So he prayed to him, and then to please him he gave Jam and his daughter Jambavati, who was not a bear and was also not dressed like one. So Krishna now comes back. So this side we read that Dwarkavasis, they were praying to Durga for Krishna's welfare. So when they prayed, then Krishna appeared there. Uplabhya hrishikesham mritam punarivagatam sahe patnya manigrivam sarve jata mahotsava. So when they saw Sri Krishna, it was as if the life has come back to dead bodies. And they saw him along with his wife, and he had gem in his neck, Manigreva, and Sarve Jata Mahotsava. So all of them celebrated as a big festival. So Manigreva miti svabhaktena Jambavata svakanya sampradhan samaye grivaya manidharanat. So why was he having the gem in his neck? So he says that when Jamban, who is his devotee, gave him his daughter, then he also put the gem in his neck as a gift.
His daughter, Jambavan's daughter, grew up overnight to become a wife.
No, that was another child. The one who was playing with Jam was not Jambavati. He had another children. Only thing is that for 28 days they also did not come out. They remained watching. And it must be a big cave to have so much space, because they're fighting with stones and trees. So it was like some big basement building with all facilities, food, bed, storeroom. They were eating also chapatis or not? They must have some grains.
We hear this story of Hanuman transforming into Brahmin to go and check Rama and Lakshmana. So would something not like that be possible? Because they are all divine.
No, that's why they changed dress. Otherwise, what happens to the tail? If they actually have a real tail, it will be a problem. You cannot put on pants unless you follow that fashion where they put the pants down these days. You have seen that? Almost slipping. That is the only way. Or you have to have a hole to get the tail out. It's difficult. Human body is the best for dressing. There is no other body which is suitable for putting dress. And that also 2 hands. 4 hands is also problematic. Yeah, if you have 4-handed deity, try to dress. Best is put on a chadar. Anything else is complicated. So Satrajitam Samahuya Sabhayam Rajasan Nidhau Praptim Chakhyaya Bhagavan Manim Tasmai Navedayat. So then what he did, that because so many people were speaking against Krishna, that he is actually habituated to steal things and old habits die hard. You get childhood samskara, unless you go to a therapist, how will you remove the samskara? So he says he got the gem. So he wanted to clear all this, because you can bring logic to prove whatever you want to prove. So therefore what he did, that he called Satrajita into the assembly of King Ugrasena, Rajasannidhau. Raja means Ugrasena. So in his assembly hall, in front of everybody, he called and then he told the whole story how he got the gem. And he said that, look, this guy was blaming me without actually having any basis, just because I went and asked him. So he made such a big fuss about it. And I asked the gem only for his welfare, as you will see. Because of the poor money, suppose somebody is poor and he gets 1 million gold coins. So you think it is good for him or bad for him? What do you think? His life will be in danger. Because people come to know that everybody wants to snatch those and kill him. So that's why Krishna went to him, that look, you have this gem, you cannot protect it. And even if people don't kill, they become jealous. All the other people, poor people who were his friends, they will all become jealous of him. And they will plot to kill him. Jealousy is a very important factor of this material world, which everybody has to deal with it. So that's why Krishna, he gives 15 defects of wealth in the 11th canto, and one of them is this only, Rakshana. That if you have wealth, you have to protect, especially in the olden days. Now, okay, you can put it in the bank and you can put it in a locker. But in olden times, there was nothing like that. Pandit Baba, he was attacked only because they thought he has got some of this sweet chapati, called malpua. Not for any money. They knew that he has no money. He was just a sadhu, no possessions. But there was a bhandara nearby, and they thought that maybe they have sent some malpua to him. So they came at night, and they asked him, and he says, no, I don't have. And they hit his head with an axe.
For that?
Yeah. So if you live like that, and people were poor, in the olden days, even for food. It was not just for wealth. What to speak if you have money? This was one of the reasons that sadhus did not keep money, and they were having this kopin kantha, kalu bhagyavanta. The main reason was this. You know the story of Sanatana Goswami when he came with this Ishan. So they had 7 or 8 coins, and he did not know. So the guy wanted to kill both of them because he had a Jyotish who figured out that they have money. So then he said, give it to them and run away from here, leave me alone, you will get me killed. So it was not easy if you have money in the olden times, and people will hide it, put it under the ground, sometimes nobody knows. There are a lot of gold which may be still hiding in India somewhere, because people died and they did not tell it to anybody. And this was the case all over the world. So you see now Satrajit's life is in danger. So we already saw this. And so many problems will come because of this. That's why Krishna said, this is a problem, give it to the king. And you can live safely. And you will have a good name, and whatever you need, you can get it from him. But he thought that he wants the gem for himself, he's greedy, he's this, he's that. So he came for his welfare. But Satrajit, he did not listen to his advice. So he's going to lose his life because of this gem. This gem is a boon or a curse? Since the time he got it, his life is not peaceful. So therefore he called him and praptim chakhyaya bhagwan manim tasmai na vediyat. So he told the whole story and then he gave him the gem. He says, here it is, and now I am vindicated from this. Okay. So obviously he felt bad now. Sachati vridito ratnam grihitva avang mukhastata anutapyamano bhavanam agamat svaina papmana. So he felt deeply ashamed because he has falsely spread rumors against Sri Krishna. So naturally he felt very bad that I did a mistake. So he took the gem. Still he was not saying that, okay, king, you keep it. Even now he did not think that I can get trouble into. So he took it and keeping his head low, he left and came to his house. But he was lamenting that I should not have done this. Unless I know for sure that he has done it, I should not have spoken like this. So he lamented very much for his mistake, which is good. At least he realized that he made a big mistake to speak against Krishna. So, anudhyayans tadevagham balvad vigraha kulaha katham rajami atmarajaha prasided vachyata katham. So then he was continuously thinking while coming home and reaching there that how can I get rid of this mistake? What can I do so that I can free myself from this big blunder that I have done? And how can I please Krishna? Because it is not good to quarrels with some powerful person. So although he did not quarrel, Balvad Vigraha, but at least he spoke against him. So although Krishna made a very big effort, it's not a small effort to go and fight 28 days and then get it and then give it to him. So naturally he is feeling bad that I have acted in a very offensive manner and I must try to clear it. So that was what he thought, anutapyamano, anutapan. He was lamenting, realizing his mistake. Kim kritva sadhu mayyam syanna shapedva jano yatha adirga darshanam kshudram mudham dravina lolupam. So he is thinking that what shall I do now so that people would not criticize me, attack me, because now people will speak against him. Because that's what people like. First they spoke against Krishna, now they got another chance. Ninda. This is called Ninda Sukh, big happiness. So he says, what shall I do? Shaped vajano yatha, otherwise now people will be upset with me and they will speak against me. He says, I am adirgha darshana. I did not contemplate what I am doing. We do things and we don't think of the outcome. Especially when we get upset, when we get angry, krodhat bhavati sammoha, then we speak or do things for which we have to lament later on. So dirgha darshan means seeing the effect of your actions deep into future, and adirgha darshan not doing that. He says, I am petty minded, I am foolish, and I was greedy for wealth. That's why I did not listen to the advice of Krishna, and on top of that I blamed him. So now what can I do? So this is going on. You can imagine how disturbed he must be with the whole situation. So balvadbhir bhagavadiyai sah vigraha virodhastena anukulo abhut anudhyanamaha katamiti sardvena. There is nothing much. He's just worried about what can happen in future. So then he decided that he also had a beautiful daughter, that I will marry also her to Krishna. This is Krishna's stars now for marriage. Jyotish people speak like that this is good time for certain activities. So this was a good time for his marriage. One after another, girls were falling into his palace. So dasya duhitaram tasmai striratnam ratnameva cha upayoyam samichina tasya shantir nachanyatha. So he said that I will offer my daughter, who is also a gem among the women, and I will also give the gem like Jamban. And he thought that this is the best means to please Krishna, to placate him in case although he did not have anything against him, but he thought that just in case he is maintaining some ill feelings towards me, so he will become satisfied with that, because then he will become my son-in-law. Then he is not going to cause trouble. This was common in the olden days, especially among the royal people. They will calculate whom to marry and then have relationship. That's how you get power. So you become an ally of a powerful king if you marry your daughter to the king or king's son. So people used to consider this very much. So he says that I will give Sri Ratnam, a gem like daughter, and the gem. And this is the proper solution to placate Sri Krishna, and I don't think there is any other means to pacify him. Evam vyavasito buddhya satrajita svasutam shubham manim cha swam udyamya krishnaya upjaharaha. So he decided this, consulted his wife, also asked his daughter, who was very happy to be married to Krishna. He was the most qualified person to be married of his time or all time. So they were all happy. The wife was happy, daughter was happy, Krishna will be happy, and he will also be happy. It's a good solution. So therefore he took his wonderful daughter, Shubham, auspicious, and the gem, and he himself brought them to Krishna and offered Krishnaya Jahara. Tam satyabhamam bhagwan upaye me yatha vidhi bahubhiryachita shila rupa dharya gunanvitam. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he accepted the girl and married her as per the process. And she was not ordinary girl, she was very beautiful, of good character, highly educated, generous, and many people wanted to marry her. So something good also has something bad. It's always like this. So she was of good character, good beauty, generous, etc. This is good. But now many people want her. So whoever gets, then others, they cause trouble. So then he took and married, but about the gem he refuses to take. Bhagavan ahanamanim pratichami vayam nripa tavastam deva bhaktasya Vayam cha phalabhagina. So Bhagavan said that I don't accept the gem, this Samantak money. So please keep this with you. And you are a devotee of Surya, you are Bhakta, and he has given it to you. So you keep it. I was only asking it for the king, for your safety. But since you did not give, then it's fine. I am not asking it for me. I already have a gem. He says, I don't want to. There will be clash of gems then. Kaustuba gem and Samantak gem will start fighting who is more effulgent. So he says, I got my gem, don't worry. And you keep it. And anyway, this is a gift to you from Sun God, Dev Bhakta, so Vayam cha phal bhagina. And we will get the result of this gem anyway. Because commentators, Jiva Goswami says that he did not have a son. And now his daughter is married. So after him, the gem will come to him, Krishna. And whatever gold it is creating, it will also come to him. So he says, keep it with you. I don't want this trouble thing, Wherever this gem goes, it's supposed to make auspiciousness, it will cause trouble. If I take it, then Balaram will think, why is he taking? Somebody else will think, maybe I should have it. So you keep it. And Vayam cha phal bhagina. We will have the outcome of it. So, if you can get milk, why keep the cow? Right? You can go and have the darshan of the cow, neighbor's cow, and get the milk. Then don't have. So, if you can get the gold anyway, then why keep the gem? So you can feel happy with it. So this is the end of this chapter. Interesting story, which continues in the next chapter. This is a very intricate story, and the story brings out a lot of human psychology, that how people are, that they can criticize you. If you are doing good to them, they are happy. If you don't do anything, even if you are neutral, they can still find fault with you. You may be great, you may be good, but people also love to find fault. So that's what happened, and more things will come. So now more killing has to happen, 2 more killings. Sri Shuka Uvacha Vijñātārthopi Govindo Dagdhānakarne Pandavan Kuntim Chakulya Karne Saharamo Yayau Kurun. So there is a little shift in the story. Around this time, what has happened, that they got the news that Pandavas, they got burnt. They died in a house fire. Because Pandavas, they were not married yet. None of them. And Duryodhana was trying to kill them so that he can keep the kingdom. Because they grew up, they all got educated, and now the kingdom should come back to Yudhishthira. Because it was his father Pandu who was the king. But when he died, then these Pandavas were very young. So Dhritarashtra took over. And because he took over now, he doesn't want to give it up. As they say that you don't want to get down once you get up on the high horse. So he's sitting on a big throne of Hastinapura. So why should he come down from that? So then what is the solution? Kill. This is the problem, as I was saying, wealth, power, position. If you have that, a lot of people who are after your life. So they made a plan that some place called Varnavrat, they made some big festival was going on there, so they made it like a guest house for them. And they said, you should go and participate and enjoy this festival. And we have made a nice guest house for you to stay there. So all the 5 brothers, along with their mother Kunti Devi, they all went. And they stayed there. But Vidura knew this. So he told Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was speaking in Hebrew. Yeah, it is written in Mahabharata like that. And he told him that this house is the house of death, because they will put fire to it, that is designed like that. And I have already made a tunnel, so you should escape through that. So then they themselves put the fire to the house and they escaped through the tunnel. And unfortunately, or whatever, there was another lady who also had come to see the festival, and she also had 5 children, and she was sleeping somewhere outside, and she died. So then everybody thought that Pandavas are dead. And the news came to Dwarka also. So then obviously it is their duty now to go and see them. When somebody dies, you go and pay a visit. It's customary. So that is what is being described here, that Vigyata Arthopi Govindo. He says, although Krishna knew that Pandavas are not dead, they are alive. Dagdhana karne Pandavan, but he acted just like everyone else. So when he heard that Pandavas have been burned in this house made from lac, it was not made from lac. Lac was used in making it. Otherwise people think as if it is, you can't make a house from lac. So lac was used, like you put in between the bricks, you have to put some cement like that, so that it can catch fire quickly. So then Kulya Karne means following the custom of the family. So he went there. Because now Kunti is not there, Pandavas are not there, so he went there along with Balram. Where? To see the Kauravas, Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, just because they are all his relatives. So he goes to Hastinapur from Dwarka. Saptapanchashattametu vadha shatrajito hataha sadhanvatu krishnena krurat prapto manistata. So in this 57th chapter, there is a description of killing of Satrajita and then killing of Sadhanva by Krishna, and then getting the gem from Akrura. Okay, the gem rotates, goes from Satrajit to Sadhanva, from Sadhanva to Akrura, then Akrura runs to Banaras on the bank of Ganga, doing his bhajan and giving bhandara because he is getting so much gold every day. So he became famous in the Banaras for distributing food. Swadharakam palakopi hanyat krishnavamananat iti vigyapayatma sa mani satrajito vadhat. So he says that this money, which is supposed to be palaka, it kills the person who is having it if you disregard Krishna. Krishna avamananat, by disrespecting Krishna, even if you have the gem is actually supposed to protect you, it will kill you. So iti vigyapya masa mani satrajito vadat. So his Mani was teaching this. In this sloka, he is saying that the money is teaching the lesson, the gem is teaching the lesson. by the death of Satyajita, or murder, not really death, he was murdered by Sadhanva. And then Sadhanva was killed also. So he said, this is what money is giving education. So Pandava biladvarena jatu grihat nirgata iti vingyanto artho yena sa. So Krishna knew that Pandavas have escaped through the tunnel when the house was put on fire, but still he acted as ignorant. Sa Kuntim cha dagdham akarne, and Kunti was also killed in it. So he heard this news. Then kulya karne kulochit vyavaharartha. So to observe the family tradition, family custom, he went to see the Kauravas, because there are no more Pandavas. Bhishmam kripam saviduram gandharim dronamevacha tulya dukhau cha sangamya hakashtamiti hochatu. So he went to different people, meeting them one by one. First he went to Bhishma, because he is the eldest in the family. He went to Kripacharya. Kripacharya was the teacher of Pandavas and Kauravas. He is also brother-in-law of Dronacharya. Then he also met Vidura, Gandhari and Dronacharya. And Tulya Dukhaucha Sangamya. So he also felt sad along with them, means sympathizing with them. And then both of them said, Ha Kastam, Ha Kastam. It is so sad, it is so sad, Krishna and Balram. Although they both know that they are not so many times people ask this question, how to deal with family people, how this, how that, how devotees. So he's showing here that he's going along with the custom. Kulya Karna. Kulya Karna means related to the Kula. So whatever, if it is crying, saying, oh, it is so bad, sitting down, like here in Braj there is a custom, somebody dies, then for 10 days you sit in the house, and then people come and they meet you, you are sitting there, everybody comes and talks. And so they are also doing that. Labdhe tad anantaram rajan saddhanvanam chatuhu akrura kita varmanu mani kasman nigrahiyate. So now you see the politics. And again, this is what makes Dwarka as different from Vraja. So now, when they got the opportunity that Krishna is not there, Balram is not there, so then Akrura and Kritavarma. See how Akrura was such a great devotee of Krishna? So now he is plotting against Krishna's father-in-law. So they both went to Sadhanva. Some people take pleasure by putting other person into the trouble. They plan like that. And then they will act as if they are well-wisher. So they go to Sadhanva and he says, Sadhanva, what are you doing? And Sadhanva said, what? I'm sitting in my home, drinking chai. He says, what is the use of drinking chai? Go and get the money from Satyajit now. He says, why? He says, don't you know? He says, what? He says, he did not marry his daughter to you. He promised that he will marry to you. And he gave it to Krishna. So now go and take revenge. Kill the fellow and get the gem. Now what these people will gain from this? Is there anything they will gain? Anything Krishna will not come to know? But they are the devotees. Kritavarma is the, you know who is Kritavarma? He is the army general of Krishna. That Narayani Sena which Duryodhana took. Kritavarma was fighting against Pandavas because Krishna gave his Sena, his army. So Kritavarma was the chief. He was one of the person who survived from the other side, besides Ashwatthama and Kripacharya and Kritavarma. Only these three were remaining. Everyone else died. And the whole trouble later on came because of Kritavarma. Because from this side there was Satyaki. Satyaki was Arjuna's disciple. So he fought from Pandava's side. So he is also Yadava and Kritavarma is also. So later on these two started fighting with each other. He said, hey, don't talk. We did this to you. And he said, no, what nonsense. You cheated us. That's how the whole problem began at Prabhas. And then they started killing each other. So that is Kritavarma, Krishna's army chief. So he is plotting. And Akrura, who is the uncle, who jumped from his chariot when he saw the footprints of Krishna and he was praising. Now he is making politics. It's unbelievable. So they say, well, because he was cursed by the gopis, that's why.
Why?
By gopis, because he took away Krishna from them. So because of this, Akrura's head turned. Different explanations. This is one of them. So therefore what they did, Akrura Krita Varmanu Mani Kasmani Griyate. So be careful. Besides this, it's also teaching that when we live with people like this, so you have to be careful. People who are your own can make politics against you and put you in trouble. They will come in a very friendly, benign manner, giving advice for your benefit, but they may have some axe to grind and later on clap and have fun. So now they went to Sadhanva. And why he should do? He said, Yo asmabhyam samprati srutya kanya ratnam vigarena krishnaya dhanna satrajit kasmad bhrataram anviyat. So he says, he has promised that he will give this daughter to us. So that means he was promising it to different people. Probably not to Akrura. Akrura must be already too much senior. But maybe Kritavarma and Shraddhanva. But he says, now look, he has disregarded us and he gave his daughter to Krishna. So what kind of Satrajit is this? So why should he not go and meet his brother? Where is his brother? With Yamaraj, Prasen. So that's what they are saying. He's not saying go and kill him. He says, Kasmad Bhrataram Anviyat. He says, why should he not go and follow his brother? See how politely they are speaking. Anviyat means follow. So he should actually follow his brother. The both should be together, Why should they live in separation? So this is the advice they give. So, etadanantaram iti samprati Ramkrishno dvarkayam nasta iti adhuna eva satrajitam hatva manir grihitum shakya. He says, now Krishna and Balram are not in Dwarka. So this is the opportunity that you kill Satrajit and get the gem. As if Krishna and Balram are never going to come back. What foolishness is this? But when you are greedy, just like Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha, Lobhat also. Lobhat Bhavati Sammoha. Greed also covers your intelligence. Tatra avabhyam sakashat tvameva shura iti tvaya eva ayam hantatam. So Sadhanva may say that, okay, why are you asking me to do this? He says, look, among three of us, you are the greatest hero. So only you can do this job. We cannot do it. You are strong, you are powerful, you are a big fighter, you are hero. That's why your name is Shatadhanva. Shata means 100, Dhanus means bow. You can fight with 100 people. So why not go there and now show to this Shatrajit what it means to disrespect us. So how can he gave his daughter right under our nose without asking us, quietly went and gave her to Krishna. Says this is not good. So anyway, let Krishna have the gem of wife and we have this gem. No problem. Tatra satrajito aparadham ahatu. So what is his offense? Why shall I kill him? So it says, Yuvasmabhyam iti, bahubhir yachitam iti purvoktair, ebhi purvam pratekam prathita tenapi datum pratushrita. So it was already said when he gave Satyabhama to Krishna that he was asked by many people that please give your daughter in marriage to me. So like that they asked and he said yes, yes. So he was, yes, I will give my daughter to you. Yes, I will give my daughter to you. So he says he has told to so many people. So he deserves this. So purvam pratyekam prarthitha tena viv datum pratishrita. So all of these three guys have asked him and he has promised to all three of them. Bhratram prashenam mritam kasman anviyatapitu anugache deva mriyat amityartha. Why should he not follow his brother? Means, why should he not be killed? Atra Bhagavan mithyapvada utthapake satrajiti mahakrodhenaiva bhakpravarabhyam akrur kritvarmabhyam tadvadhe sadhanva pravartanarthameva tadrisha mukti uktamiti pracha. So this is one of the explanation given by why Akrura and Kritvarma, who are devotees of Krishna, why did they do this? So he says they are actually great devotees of Krishna, and because Satrajita has spread rumors against Krishna, so they could not tolerate it. He says this rascal, he was blaming our Lord, so now we'll get even with him. But we don't do it, we put Satyadhanva to do it. So this is one explanation. So that's why they did it. Evam bhinnamatistvabhyam satrajitam asattamaha sayanam avadhit lobhat sapapaha kshina jivitaha. So when his head was twisted like this, so then Sadhanva, who was sinful, and Asattama was not very righteous in his behavior, so being influenced by the words of Akrura and Kritvarma, he went, and when Satrajita was sleeping, he went and cut off his head and got the gem. Strinam vikroshamananam krandantinam anathavat hatva pashuna sonikvan manimadai jagmivan. So all the ladies in the house, they were crying and shouting, but he did not care, because when he went inside, obviously they got alarmed, what is this? And they were without any shelter, now he was killed. So he was just like a butcher who kills animals, like that he killed, because killing somebody who is sleeping is very sinful. So he killed him like a butcher kills an animal, took the gem and ran away from there. So that's what he did. So Bhinnamati Pratarit Buddhi. His mind was influenced or tricked by the words Asattamaiti Saddhanva Multa eva Kubuddhi. So Saddhanva is called Asattama here. Means he was not very intelligent to begin with. So such people also lived in Dwarka. And Satrajiti Baddhavarasya. And he was inimical towards Satrajit. Obviously there has to be something. Otherwise how is that you get influence? So he already had something against Satrajit. And then when these two people went, he got influenced by their words. So he went and he killed him. Satyabhamana pitram hatam viksha shucharpita velapat tatati hahata smiti muhyati. So when when Satyabhama saw that his father has been killed, then she was very grievous and she started crying, "Oh father, oh my father, oh I am killed." And in this way she was lamenting very much and she fainted again and again. And when she will come back, she will again cry and again faint, because this was a very sad situation that his father got what he called cold blood murder. And then what she did, that she put tel dronyam mritam prasya jagam gaj sahavayam krishnaya viditarthaya tapta chakhyau piturvadham. So then she preserved the dead body of the father in a big pot full of oil. And then she went to Indraprastha, Hastinapur herself, crying to inform Krishna. And all the Krishna already knew this, Viditartha. But she went and told the whole situation that this is what has happened. You are here. And so people advised him. And that's why she went. Otherwise, why she is going there? It's very for a queen to run like that. So therefore, she thought that maybe he will bring him back to life. Na to Krishna pratikulya satrajiti tasya vastuta sneha. So he says that actually she did not have much affection towards her father, because the father was not favorable to Krishna. But she acted according to the custom. Crying is also custom. You have to cry. If you don't cry, somebody dies. You think this guy has no heart. He's not crying. Especially ladies have to cry. So Krishnaya Krishnamapi tap yukto kartum tapta yathaham tapta tathatvam tapam eva abhinayati gyapyanti. So she went and she told Krishna, and as if she is saying that, look, I am in grief, you also be in grief, and just as I am acting, you also act. So in this manner, she went and informed Krishna. So we'll stop here, and then Krishna will come and he has another task to do now, to catch Saddhanva. Okay, any question?
Are there other explanations of why, how come Akura turned 180 degrees like this?
Yeah, that is because he committed offense.
To the gopis?
Yeah. So therefore, he acted in offensive manner. But what Vishwanath Chakravarti says is more keeping Akrura as a devotee and not acting wrongly.
Can you repeat this? Vishwanath Chakravarti says that we should consider Akrura as devotee?
Yeah, that's why I said that they did it, because he said, look, this Satrajita has criticized our Lord, so now we will take revenge from him. So that is his explanation. So he's not going along with the aparadha thing.
But Babaji, is this something that devotees would do, to take revenge for the offense of someone against one's object of devotion?
Devotees are also living beings. So this is depicted. Devotees also do all kinds of things. It's just to show that. I mean, if you keep on thinking that they are nitya siddhas, this, that, obviously they will not do it.
What did you say? Can I hear it again?
No. But this Leela is done to show that this is how people act. See, Vraja means where people are all devoted to Krishna and they are anyavilashita sunyam. So they don't, there such things cannot happen. And every other place things get mixed up. So that is to show that devotees can also become influenced like that, which we see in our practical life. Okay, Gopal Champu.